The sky over Earth was quiet, almost too quiet. People went about their lives, unaware that something far beyond their world was watching them. High above, satellites moved silently, their sensors scanning the stars. Among them, one satellite detected something strange, a flicker, a pattern that should not exist. It was a message, a warning, coming from a distant galaxy. Dr. Amina Rahal stared at her screen, her heart racing. The numbers did not lie. For weeks, she had been studying unusual signals, but this one was different. It was intelligent, urgent, and terrifying. The message was clear: Earth was in danger. But from what? And how soon? She called her team together, her voice trembling as she explained the signals. The room went silent. "They're coming," she whispered. Her team looked at her, unsure whether she meant aliens or something else. The patterns showed ships moving faster than any human technology. They were approaching the solar system, and they were huge. Entire planets could be destroyed if these ships arrived. News of Dr. Rahal's discovery spread slowly. At first, governments argued, scientists debated, and news channels reported theories. Most dismissed it as a hoax, some as an exaggeration. But Amina could not ignore what she saw. She knew that waiting could mean the end of Earth. Meanwhile, in Antarctica, a strange discovery added to the fear. Buried under ice for millions of years, a metallic artifact had been uncovered by a research team. It was not from Earth. Its surface glowed faintly, pulsing as if alive. Dr. Rahal studied images of the object. The patterns on it were not just decoration, they were instructions, warnings, and perhaps even a weapon. As governments argued, the alien fleet made its move. Massive ships jumped into the solar system, appearing suddenly near Jupiter. Panic spread across Earth. People ran to shelters, airports were overwhelmed, and cities emptied in hours. Military forces scrambled, but no human weapon had the power to face such an enemy. Amina and her team worked day and night. Using the artifact, they began to understand alien technology. It was far more advanced than anything humans had ever built. But there was a weakness, a small vulnerability in the ship's shields. It required not firepower alone, but ingenuity. Humanity's survival depended on creativity, courage, and quick thinking. In New York, Commander Elias Ford watched the first alien ship appear above the city. Its shadow covered entire blocks, and the ground trembled as its engines roared. Helicopters lifted off, but even their missiles vanished harmlessly against the alien shields. People screamed and ran. Chaos filled the streets. Yet, amidst the fear, Ford saw courage. Ordinary citizens helped each other, carrying children, guiding the elderly, and keeping calm under impossible pressure. Humans were weak, yes, but stubbornly resilient. The world's leaders finally agreed to listen. A global alert was broadcast: all nations must unite. Fleets were to be assembled in orbit, weapons readied, and civilians evacuated where possible. It was humanity's first chance to fight back, but it was small against such a massive enemy. At a secret base, Amina and her team worked on a plan. Using the alien artifact, they created simulations of attacks, calculating where the ship's weaknesses might be. Time was running out. Each passing hour brought the alien fleet closer. The tension was unbearable, but the team refused to surrender. Every scientist, engineer, and soldier knew the same thing: humanity's survival depended on their choices in the next few days. As night fell over Earth, the first battles began, not with humans firing, but with aliens testing the planet's defenses. Satellites disappeared in flashes of light, and entire cities experienced blackouts. Humanity saw its first taste of the power that was coming. But in the darkness, humans did not give up. In small labs, hidden bunkers, and on scattered space stations, people worked tirelessly. The human spirit burned brighter than any fear. Amina looked at the stars, imagining the vast ships moving silently toward Earth. She felt fear, yes, but also determination. Humanity had faced dangers before, and though these were different, humans had something no alien could understand: ingenuity, hope, and the will to fight even when the odds were impossible. The clock ticked, and the alien fleet drew closer. By morning, their shadows would cover the oceans, their engines would shake the mountains, and humanity would finally see the true threat they faced. But in the midst of panic, Amina made a promise to herself: Earth would fight back. Humans would not surrender, and they would show the galaxy that even a fragile world could become a storm no enemy could ignore. The first attack was coming, but humanity was ready to make its stand. The morning sky was filled with fear and smoke. Across Earth, millions watched the alien ships silently hovering above the oceans and cities. Humanity had survived the first shock, but now it had to fight back. Fleets of human ships, old and new, prepared for the first real battle in space. Commander Elias Ford led the fleet from a command ship orbiting the Atlantic. Beside him, engineers and pilots hurried to check every weapon and engine. The alien ships were huge, but humans had something they did not: imagination. Using Earth's resources, they built new plasma cannons, small but powerful missiles, and ships that could move fast and strike unexpectedly. Dr. Amina Rahal stood in a nearby lab, monitoring the alien artifact. She discovered something important: the alien shields had a weakness. It was small, almost invisible, but if humans could hit it at the right moment, the ships could be damaged. The problem was timing. The alien fleet was fast, and human ships were fragile. One mistake could mean total destruction. The first human attack began above Mars. Small squads of ships moved carefully, hiding behind asteroids and space debris. When they reached the alien fleet, pilots fired their plasma cannons. Explosions lit the black sky, but the alien shields held. Many ships were destroyed in seconds. Fear ran through the human pilots, but they did not stop. HFY moments appeared everywhere. A young pilot named Leo Vega maneuvered his tiny ship between two alien destroyers, firing missiles that hit their weak points. His bravery saved an entire squadron from destruction. Another team of engineers used an old Earth satellite as a weapon, crashing it into an alien ship and disabling its engines. Ordinary humans were doing extraordinary things, proving that courage and quick thinking could match raw power. Dr. Amina watched the battles unfold on her screens. She instructed pilots over the radio, guiding them to weak spots she calculated. Her voice was calm, even when explosions shook the stations. Every command mattered. Every human life mattered. But the alien fleet was not defeated. It adapted quickly, moving faster and firing weapons humans had never seen. Large energy beams destroyed human ships in moments. Panic tried to creep in, but the crews stayed focused. Humans worked together in ways the aliens could not predict. They used clever traps, sudden attacks, and teamwork instead of sheer force. In orbit above Earth, the first city-sized alien ship turned its attention toward the planet. Its massive engines glowed, ready to strike. Humanity's fleets tried to block it, but their weapons had little effect. Commander Ford realized that brute force alone would not win the war. Humans needed something more: strategy, clever thinking, and the courage to act against overwhelming odds. Back on Earth, civilians joined the fight in unexpected ways. Communications experts, engineers, and even students used computers to help predict alien movements. People sent supplies to shelters and evacuated children from dangerous zones. Their cooperation showed the aliens something surprising: humanity was united when it needed to be. HFY moments continued. A team of astronauts, stranded on a damaged station, repaired their ship under constant fire from alien drones. Their sacrifice allowed a human squadron to escape destruction. Ordinary humans, facing impossible situations, were shaping the course of the war. By the end of the first day, humans had suffered heavy losses, but they had learned important lessons. The alien fleet was stronger and faster than they expected, but it was not perfect. With careful planning and creative thinking, humans could strike back. Dr. Amina's calculations suggested the next attack could be decisive if humans exploited the alien shield's weak points perfectly. Commander Ford looked at the stars, the alien fleet, and the small human ships remaining. He knew the war had just begun. Humanity had shown it could fight back, even against a foe that seemed unstoppable. The real battle, he thought, was not just about weapons, it was about human spirit. It was about courage, intelligence, and the refusal to surrender. As night fell on Earth, humans prepared for the next wave. Ships were repaired, weapons reloaded, and strategies updated. Every person, from scientists to soldiers, understood the stakes. The alien fleet was massive, dangerous, and intelligent. But so was humanity, resourceful, brave, and willing to risk everything for survival. The first counterattack had failed to destroy the aliens, but it had taught a crucial lesson: humans were not weak. They could adapt, innovate, and fight against impossible odds. And in the heart of every human, a single thought burned brighter than fear: they would not die without a fight. Above the Earth, the alien ships watched. They had encountered other civilizations before. Most had fallen quickly. But humans were different. They were unpredictable. They were daring. And they were about to show the galaxy a spirit no alien could easily destroy. The human fleet gathered near the orbit of Jupiter, the massive gas giant looming like a silent guardian. This was humanity's first major battle, and the tension was unbearable. Every pilot, every soldier, every engineer knew the risks. Thousands of miles away from Earth, they were about to face an enemy that had already proven its power. Commander Elias Ford gave the orders. Small squadrons would attack from multiple directions, using speed and surprise. Heavy ships would stay back, ready to protect the weaker vessels. Dr. Amina Rahal monitored alien shields, calling out timing for each strike. Her calculations were precise. One wrong move could destroy the entire fleet. The battle began with a roar. Plasma cannons flared, missiles streaked through space, and alien ships responded with devastating energy beams. Explosions lit the darkness, and some human ships were obliterated instantly. But humanity had a secret weapon: creativity. Using the asteroid belt as cover, human ships darted in unpredictable patterns, striking at weak points in alien shields. HFY moments appeared everywhere. A small fighter pilot named Kira Tan maneuvered her tiny ship between two alien destroyers, firing plasma bolts at their critical nodes. One destroyer exploded in a burst of light, saving dozens of human vessels nearby. Another team of engineers remotely controlled drones that attached to alien ships, disrupting their engines. Ordinary humans were performing extraordinary feats, and each act inspired the rest of the fleet. Dr. Amina's voice guided the pilots over radio, calm and confident. Left flank now. Timing is perfect. Fire. She watched as alien shields flickered under the coordinated human attack. It was dangerous work. One misstep, one delay, and the fleet could be destroyed, but humans moved with a level of courage the aliens had never encountered. The aliens were surprised. Their attacks were precise, but humans did not fight like other civilizations. They adapted. They sacrificed smaller ships to protect larger ones. They used decoys, ambushes, and traps. Every human seemed willing to risk everything for the survival of the planet they loved. The alien commanders realized that humans were not just another weak species. They were clever, daring, and unpredictable. A massive alien cruiser fired a beam that could destroy several human ships at once. Commander Ford ordered the fleet to scatter, and dozens of ships were vaporized. Yet, in that chaos, humans found opportunity. Leo Vega, the pilot who had saved his squadron before, led a small group in a daring maneuver, weaving between the alien fire and targeting the cruiser's engines. The ship faltered, slowed, and finally exploded, sending debris flying in all directions. Humanity had struck a real blow. But victory came at a cost. Hundreds of human ships were lost, and thousands of lives vanished in the blink of an eye. Families on Earth watched the feeds in horror, but hope survived. Humans had proven they could fight, even against overwhelming odds. Dr. Amina realized that these losses, though tragic, taught a valuable lesson. Courage, intelligence, and teamwork could match alien technology. The battle raged for hours. Human pilots worked in perfect coordination, combining small ships, heavy cruisers, and even modified satellites as weapons. The aliens adapted, but the unpredictability of human strategy kept them off balance. It became clear, humans were not just surviving, they were learning to dominate the battlefield through creativity. As the battle ended, the remaining alien ships retreated. The human fleet, battered and scarred, drifted among the debris. Survivors cheered, hugged, and cried. Earth had not been destroyed. Humanity had won a small but crucial victory. Commander Ford addressed his fleet. Today, we learned something important. We may be fragile, we may be outgunned, but we are smart, brave, and united. That is a weapon no alien can predict. Dr. Amina turned her gaze to the stars, knowing the war was far from over. The alien fleet would return, bigger and stronger. But humanity had shown the galaxy something vital. Humans were not helpless. They could innovate, they could sacrifice, and they could fight against impossible odds. HFY moment. Ordinary humans, whether pilots, engineers, or civilians, had made the difference. Their courage, resourcefulness, and refusal to give up had turned a hopeless battle into a story of heroism. And this was only the beginning. As night fell on the battlefield near Jupiter, debris floated silently among the stars. Human ships repaired themselves, crews mourned their losses, and the survivors prepared for the next encounter. Above all, a single truth echoed in every mind: Earth would not surrender. Humanity had begun to fight back, and the galaxy would remember them. The alien commanders, watching from afar, now understood something terrifying. Humans were not like other civilizations. They were relentless, unpredictable, and united. And for the first time in centuries, the galaxy's greatest war machine felt fear. After the battle near Jupiter, humanity celebrated a small victory, but the relief was short-lived. Dr. Amina Rahal studied the alien ship's data recovered from the debris. Something did not make sense. The aliens were too coordinated, too precise. They fought with a discipline that seemed almost unnatural. Then Amina discovered the truth. The alien fleet was not acting on its own. Something, or someone, was controlling them from far beyond the galaxy. Commander Elias Ford received the report in his command ship. His face went pale as Amina explained. "It's bigger than we thought," she said. "We are not just fighting aliens. There is a hidden force directing them. We don't know their power or their goal, but they are smart, and they are dangerous." The fleet fell silent. Human ships floated among the debris of the last battle, exhausted and damaged. Yet fear did not paralyze them. Humans were not used to giving up. Pilots checked weapons, engineers repaired engines, and even civilians helped with communications and intelligence. Every person had a role. Every mind mattered. In orbit above Mars, a squadron of human scouts detected a strange energy signature. It was unlike anything they had seen, a massive structure moving silently through space, cloaked, almost invisible. Amina studied the readings. It was a command hub for the alien fleet, a hidden supership controlling the attackers remotely. Its power was immense. If it reached Earth, it could destroy everything in a single strike. HFY moments emerged in the most desperate situations. A small group of volunteers, civilians and soldiers alike, volunteered to infiltrate the alien command ship. Their mission seemed impossible. They were tiny against a colossal war machine, but they relied on intelligence, courage, and teamwork. "We may not survive," one soldier said, "but if we succeed, millions of lives will be saved." Meanwhile, the alien fleet adjusted its strategy. They began attacking smaller human colonies, testing defenses, and sending waves of drones to probe weaknesses. Cities on Earth experienced blackouts, and communications went down in several regions. Humanity's courage was tested again. Ordinary people on Earth improvised. Farmers, engineers, and students repaired vital systems. Every act of bravery mattered. Humans were proving their resilience. Dr. Amina worked tirelessly, deciphering alien signals. Slowly, patterns emerged. The hidden controlling force communicated through a complex network that spanned the galaxy. But humans were clever. Using the artifact discovered in Antarctica, they began to send countersignals, confusing the alien fleet and delaying their attacks. It was risky, but necessary. Commander Ford led a daring strike to disable part of the fleet's operations. Human pilots flew into narrow asteroid fields to avoid detection, launching surprise attacks on the alien supply ships. Small victories gave hope. HFY moments became legendary among the fleet, ordinary humans risking everything to protect their home planet. Yet the true danger remained. The hidden controlling force had not yet revealed its full power. Massive energy readings indicated it could manipulate entire star systems, crushing planets with unimaginable force. Humanity had never faced such a threat. And still, they refused to surrender. Amina's voice carried over the command ship, "We are weak individually, but together we are strong. If we fight smart, if we fight brave, we can survive. We will protect Earth. We will fight for every life. The galaxy will see what humans are capable of." The alien commanders were growing anxious. Every attack humans launched seemed unpredictable. Every trap they set failed because humans did not act like other civilizations. They improvised, they adapted, they were clever. And for the first time, the controlling force hesitated. The humans had become a threat, not just a nuisance. As night fell on Earth, humanity prepared for the next wave. Pilots and engineers worked in silence, civilians readied shelters, and Dr. Amina studied the stars. Every human understood the truth. The enemy was not just strong, it was intelligent and hidden. But humans had something the aliens could not predict: unity, courage, and the willingness to sacrifice for the greater good. HFY moment. Ordinary humans, facing an enemy that could wipe out planets, refused to surrender. Their spirit burned brighter than any weapon, and it was a spirit no alien could understand. Above the solar system, the hidden command ship moved silently. It was massive, powerful, and terrifying. Its sensors were everywhere. Its energy readings could crush worlds. But humans had begun to fight in ways it had never imagined. And somewhere deep inside the alien controllers, doubt began to grow. Humanity had discovered the true enemy. The war was far from over, but one thing was clear: humans were not just survivors. They were fighters, strategists, and heroes. And the galaxy was about to witness the full strength of a species that refused to be defeated. The Earth trembled under the constant presence of alien ships. Cities were fortified, fleets repaired, and humanity braced itself. Dr. Amina Rahal studied the alien artifact in her lab, her fingers tracing the glowing patterns. She had spent weeks deciphering its secrets, and now she finally understood. The artifact held the key to a weapon capable of turning Earth itself into a shield, and a hammer. Commander Elias Ford gathered the fleet. "We have one chance," he said. "This is it. If we succeed, we can fight the alien fleet on our terms. If we fail," his voice trailed off, but everyone understood. Failure was not an option. Engineers and scientists worked day and night. They built massive energy nodes across the planet, connecting them to the alien artifact. Satellites were aligned to channel power into orbit. It was risky. A single miscalculation could destroy Earth itself. Yet humans moved with precision, driven by courage and determination. HFY moments appeared in every corner. Ordinary people carrying out impossible tasks, soldiers risking life to deliver critical components, and engineers solving problems that seemed unsolvable. Above Earth, the alien fleet approached, sensing something different. The humans had grown bolder. Small skirmishes began as scouts tested defenses. Human ships, now equipped with modified weapons and tactics, struck with precision. The aliens were surprised. These humans were not running, they were fighting strategically, using ingenuity instead of brute force. Dr. Amina initiated the final activation sequence. Energy surged through the nodes, connecting the planet to the artifact. Earth glowed faintly from space, a delicate balance of power. The weapon was ready. Humans had harnessed something ancient and powerful, turning it into their secret edge. HFY moments shone brightest now. A small squadron of pilots volunteered to lure alien ships into orbit above Earth, leading them into the trap. They knew the danger: if they failed, Earth itself could be destroyed. Leo Vega and Kira Tan led the mission, dodging massive energy beams and weaving between alien cruisers. Their bravery inspired the entire fleet. Commander Ford coordinated the final strike. Human ships attacked simultaneously, distracting the alien fleet while Earth's new weapon charged. Plasma bolts, missiles, and clever maneuvers forced the aliens to divide their attention. The hidden command ship was caught off guard. For the first time, humans had seized control of the battlefield. The weapon activated. A massive energy wave erupted from Earth, forming a shield around the planet and creating a concentrated beam of destructive power aimed at the alien supership. The aliens scrambled, firing everything they had to defend their command vessel. Yet nothing could stop the humans' ingenuity. Ordinary people had turned a fragile planet into a force the galaxy could not ignore. The alien supership faltered, its engines destabilizing under the combined human assault. Pilots guided smaller craft to hit its weak points while the energy wave from Earth struck with precision. Pieces of the massive ship exploded, debris scattered across orbit, and for the first time, the alien fleet hesitated. Humans had turned the tide through courage, intelligence, and teamwork. But the battle was not over. The hidden controlling force sent signals, attempting to redirect the remaining ships. Humans were prepared. Using the artifact, they intercepted the communications, confusing the aliens and turning their own coordination against them. Small teams of engineers and pilots worked in perfect synchronization, proving that humans were not just fighters, they were innovators, strategists, and heroes. From Earth, people watched in awe. The planet glowed as its new weapon struck and shielded at the same time. Fires and alarms raged, but humans were undeterred. Civilians helped where they could, repairing infrastructure, guiding fleets, and communicating vital information. Every human contributed, no matter how small. HFY moments were everywhere. Humanity had become a single, united force. As the alien command ship trembled and its fleet faltered, Commander Ford realized something remarkable. Humanity had achieved what no other species had. They had turned fear into strength, weakness into power, and danger into opportunity. Humans were not just surviving, they were leading, and the galaxy was taking notice. Dr. Amina smiled, exhausted but triumphant. "We've done it," she said softly. "We've shown them what humans can do." And above Earth, the alien fleet hovered, uncertain, fearful, and aware for the first time. Humanity was not a species to be conquered. Humanity was a force to be reckoned with. The human fleet gathered near Jupiter, battered but determined. The massive gas giant loomed beneath them, its swirling storms hiding dangers and opportunities alike. The alien fleet, recovering from Earth's secret weapon, approached with fury. This was the final clash. Humanity's survival, and the fate of Earth, hung in the balance. Commander Elias Ford addressed his pilots, his voice calm but firm. "This is it. We fight smart. We fight brave. We fight together. Every life counts. Every move counts. Let's show them who we are." Dr. Amina Rahal monitored the alien supership from the command station. The artifact was still active, its energy stabilizing the planet's shield while providing tactical support. "Focus on their weak points," she instructed. "Timing is everything. Strike when I give the signal." The first waves of human ships darted through asteroid fields, hiding from the alien sensors. Small fighters led the attack, distracting the alien fleet while larger cruisers prepared coordinated strikes. Plasma cannons flared, missiles streaked across space, and explosions erupted in the darkness. HFY moments shone brighter than ever. Leo Vega led a daring team to disable an alien energy cannon aimed at Earth. His ship weaved between enemy fire, firing precise shots at critical nodes. Kira Tan piloted a small squadron to jam alien sensors, giving human cruisers a chance to strike. Ordinary humans performed extraordinary feats, risking everything for the survival of their world. The alien supership fired back with devastating energy beams. Human ships were vaporized in seconds, but the remaining fleet pressed on. Commander Ford had one final plan: a coordinated strike to cripple the alien command vessel completely. Small human teams would act as decoys, luring the alien fleet into a trap orbiting Jupiter, while Earth's energy weapon amplified the attack. Dr. Amina counted down. Now. The fleet launched its coordinated assault. Human ships struck weak points simultaneously while the energy beam from Earth hit the alien supership's shields. Sparks flew, engines failed, and for the first time, the massive vessel faltered. Humans adapted in real time. Pilots adjusted their paths, engineers hacked into alien systems, and civilians on Earth guided fleets through communications networks. Every mind, every hand, every action counted. The aliens, so powerful and precise, were caught off guard. Their coordination faltered, and their fleet began to retreat. But victory came at a cost. Hundreds of human ships were lost, brave souls sacrificed to protect others. Fires lit the void of space, and debris drifted silently. Yet humans did not despair. Every life lost had bought another a chance to fight. Courage and ingenuity had turned despair into triumph. As the alien supership finally collapsed into a massive explosion, Commander Ford looked at the stars, exhausted but proud. Humanity had won the battle. The alien fleet scattered, fleeing into the darkness, defeated but alive. Earth was safe, for now. Dr. Amina smiled at the screens, seeing humans across the fleet celebrate. "They underestimated us," she whispered. "They never expected humans to fight like this." HFY moments had carried the day, ordinary humans showing extraordinary bravery, cleverness, and unity. Above Jupiter, the gas giant reflected the glow of explosions and fires. The alien fleet, though reduced, still lingered at the edge of the system, sending faint signals. Humanity had proven itself formidable, but the war was not yet over. The galaxy had taken notice, and humans had earned a place among the stars as a force to respect, if not fear. On Earth, people cheered, hugged, and cried. Humanity had survived the impossible. Pilots returned, engineers repaired ships, and civilians helped rebuild what had been damaged. Every act of courage mattered. Humanity had fought together and learned that even the smallest contributions could tip the balance of an entire war. Commander Ford addressed the fleet one last time. "We have shown the galaxy that humans are not weak. We are brave, clever, and united. We fight for each other, for our home, and for our future. The enemy will remember this day." HFY moment. Humanity had turned desperation into strategy, weakness into power, and fear into courage. They had faced a superior force and prevailed, not through sheer technology, but through spirit, intelligence, and unity. The galaxy had witnessed the beginning of a new legend, the rise of humans as a force to be reckoned with. And yet, in the distant void, a faint signal pulsed. The hidden controlling force had not vanished. It was watching, calculating, and waiting. Humanity had won the battle, but the war in the galaxy had only just begun. Earth was battered, scarred, and shaken, but it stood. Cities were being rebuilt, fleets repaired, and humanity took stock of what had happened. The alien fleet had retreated, leaving silence in its wake. For the first time in weeks, people could breathe without fear, though the shadow of what had come lingered. Commander Elias Ford walked through the streets of a recovering city. People cheered as he passed, but he knew the war was not truly over. Humanity had survived, yes, but the galaxy was vast, and threats could appear at any time. Still, he felt pride. His people had faced the impossible, and had not faltered. Dr. Amina Rahal studied the alien artifact one last time. Its energy had been drained, but its knowledge remained. Humanity had learned to use it not only as a weapon but as a guide. She realized that humans had done more than survive. They had innovated, adapted, and shown courage beyond imagination. Ordinary humans, with ordinary lives, had become heroes. The HFY spirit shone in every corner of Earth. Pilots, engineers, soldiers, and civilians all shared stories of bravery. Leo Vega and Kira Tan became legends for their daring missions. Families who had survived the attacks told of small acts of heroism, neighbors helping each other, children guiding adults through shelters, engineers fixing broken systems under pressure. Every person had played a part, and that was what made humans extraordinary. In orbit, repaired human fleets looked down on the planet they had saved. Ships that had once been nearly destroyed now floated as symbols of resilience. Every small victory in space had been possible because humans worked together, using intelligence, creativity, and courage to overcome a superior force. The galaxy had seen the first proof that humans were not weak. Far beyond the solar system, faint signals pulsed. Some alien forces retreated in fear, while others took careful note. Humanity had made its mark. For the first time, other civilizations recognized that humans were a species capable of strategy, bravery, and ingenuity. They were no longer a curiosity. They were a force. Yet, in the shadows of distant stars, a subtle signal reached Earth. It was faint, almost imperceptible, but unmistakable. The hidden controlling force had not disappeared. It was watching, learning, and calculating. Humanity had won a great battle, but the galaxy still held challenges far beyond their understanding. Dr. Amina looked at the stars, smiling faintly. "We've done more than survive," she said. "We've shown them who we are. We'll be ready for whatever comes next." Commander Ford nodded. Humanity had survived the impossible, and they would continue to rise. HFY moment. Humans, fragile and flawed, had faced an enemy more powerful than anything they had known. And yet, through courage, creativity, and unity, they had triumphed. They had taken their place among the stars, earning respect, fear, and recognition across the galaxy. As Earth rotated slowly beneath them, life continued. Humans rebuilt, prepared, and thrived. They knew the war was far from over, but they had proven something eternal, that even the smallest species, with determination and heart, could challenge the cosmos and prevail. The stars above twinkled, silent witnesses to humanity's rise. And somewhere beyond the galaxy, the faint pulse of an alien signal promised that the adventure was far from over. But Earth would face the future with a single unyielding truth. Humans were fighters, innovators, and survivors, and the galaxy would never forget them.